Hello and welcome back to the My Montana Kitchen YouTube channel. I'm excited to show you today a recipe that I have really been enjoying out of the newest Trim Healthy Mama cookbook, which is Trim Healthy Future. And in this cookbook there is a recipe for immunity apple cider, and it has no apples in it at all. It's actually a fuel pull, but it is so delicious, and it honestly tastes so much like apple cider. Even my husband loved it. And it has vinegar in it, which he hates, but he even liked it. And my kids liked it. So it disguises it whenever you think you're drinking apple cider. It has kind of a tang to it already, and so you can kind of get by with the vinegar a little more easily with those who don't enjoy the taste of the vinegar. So I'm going to show you how to make it today. I'm not going to give you the entire recipe because it's copyrighted in their book, but there is a link down below where you can order your own book if you don't have it. It's excellent. So to start with, we are going to have water. Okay, that's what we're going to start with. And then I'm just going to show you each thing that we add, and we're going to talk about them for a little bit. And then I'm going to give you a tip for what I do at the very end to make it even more delicious. So the first thing you're going to want are cinnamon sticks, whole cinnamon sticks. I just bought mine at Winco from the bulk food section. That is by far the cheapest way to buy them. But you can also buy them from, like McCormick sells them in little jars, but they're a lot more expensive that way. So if you have any bulk place around you that sells spices in bulk, that's how you want to get your cinnamon sticks. So I'm just gonna put them in the water. And then you want to have cloves, whole cloves. Again, I bought these in bulk. This is from Natural Grocers, but it's the whole entire clove. So you're gonna put those just right in your water. And then you're gonna add a little bit of salt, mineral salt. And then you add a teaspoon of blackstrap molasses. And then we're gonna add some cinnamon. I like to buy the big giant things of cinnamon from Costco. And then you add a little bit of orange extract. Okay. And then it says to use vitamin C powder or vitamin C tablets that you can crush to make powder. I don't have any vitamin C powder and I don't have any vitamin C tablets. So I'm going to add baobab instead, because baobab is basically a big shot of vitamin C. So I'm just gonna add some of that right to it. Then I'm going to take a whisk and kind of stir it together really well, because the baobab will clump, and this, the cinnamon and the molasses and all of that. So I'm just going to give it a good stir, and it will look a little bit cloudy, but that's okay. Some of that is the baobab that I just put in there. Then we're going to add some sweetener. So this uses both gentle sweet and super sweet, and by using a blend of both of those, you don't have to use up as much gentle sweet, but if you pair them together, the super sweet flavor or aftertaste, if you will, is not as overpowering because it's paired with the gentle sweet. So that's just a little tip that you can use in other things as well. So we're gonna add gentle sweet here. And then we add just a little bit also of super sweet. then we're gonna add apple cider vinegar with the mother. Just a little bit more. This is what gives it the tangy apple cider flavor that's so delicious. Okay, then if you want to, after you boil this, you can add collagen as well. I don't usually add the collagen, I just leave it like this. So I've given it a good stir. I have my cinnamon sticks in here. I have my whole cloves and all of the other ingredients. And I'm just going to turn it on and I'm going to bring it to a boil. Then I'm going to turn it down to a simmer, put a lid on it, and I'm going to let it simmer for a while. Okay, so now it is boiling, as you can see. So I'm just gonna turn the heat down to a simmer, and then I'm gonna continue to let it simmer for a while. So my cider has been simmering for maybe 15 minutes or so, 15-20 minutes. So I like to let it go about that long. You don't have to let it simmer that long. You can just bring it to a boil and then strain it. But I like to let it simmer because the longer you let it simmer, the stronger the flavor will be. So I let it simmer for 15 to 20 minutes. Plus, as a bonus, it makes your house smell amazing, like you're burning a deliciously scented candle. So it makes your house smell really good as well. So next thing is we're going to strain it, and I'm going to show you how I do that. So there may be a slightly easier way to do this, I'm not sure. I used to have these plastic nylon strainers that I got from Walmart. There were like 3 for $1. And they were different sizes. This is the medium sized one. I had a bigger one, and then I also have a smaller one. And they used to have little plastic edges that would stick out so that you could rest them on a jar or something. But those plastic things have broken off, so it's a little more difficult. I would have to hold it with one hand and try to pour with the other out of this big pot or ladle it or whatever. So I decided, why not just pull out the big guns? So this is my strainer that's broken because my daughter just decided to step in it one day. I don't know why, but who knows why they do what they do, right? So I have my big glass cup here, a strainer, and then I've just lined it with paper towel. You could also use cheesecloth or something like that if you have something like that you like to use. And then I'm just going to carefully pour, hopefully without making a mess. Pour the cider in here, and then it's gonna strain out the cloves, the cinnamon, I mean the particles of cinnamon. It'll still have the flavor, and the cinnamon sticks. So obviously you have to lift it out a little bit to let it finish straining because it sits down inside of it. And this makes roughly about 8 cups of apple cider. Okay, there you go. This is what is left in the paper towel after you strain it. So you can see there's cloves and there's the cinnamon sticks and then some of the cinnamon powder, but there's still plenty of cinnamon flavor in the cider. I find it a little bit easier to pour from a smaller container, but if you're more coordinated than me, then can just pour it straight from whatever. But I just add it to quart jars, let it cool for a little bit, and then I'll put a lid on it. And you want it to cool completely before you put it in the refrigerator. So there you have it. That's how you can easily make immunity apple cider. It's so easy. There's not a whole lot of hands-on time. It's mostly letting it simmer a little bit on the stove to, get all the flavors out. And it is so delicious. It's sweet, but tangy and full of vitamin C from the baobab and the benefits of apple cider vinegar, and it's a fuel pull, so you can have it with anything. So I would encourage you to try it. It makes 2 quarts. This is the quart I poured some out of, but it makes 2 quarts full. It'll keep for a week or 2 in the refrigerator. It's even good to drink cold if you would rather drink it cold. But I think as we're heading into the fall and winter months when there's sickness going around, this is a great way to get your baobab in, first of all, and it tastes great too. And whenever other people are enjoying apple cider or hot chocolate or whatever, you can enjoy this as a fuel pull and be totally and completely satisfied. So if you try it, let me know. If you already tried it, let me know what you thought about it, if your family liked it, and then I would love to hear what their reviews are about it. I give it a thumbs up, 5 stars, super easy to make, and it's delicious. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and then hit the little bell notification, and that will let you know whenever I post a new video. And then let me know in the comments what kinds of videos you would like to see. Some have said they want to see recipe reviews, which is what this was. And so I'm happy to do more of those as well. If there's a particular recipe that you would like to be reviewed, go ahead and let me know in the comments and maybe we can get to that. Have a fabulous week and I'll see you next time.